Hello, it's Reviews Day Tuesday, and today I'm going to be reviewing Good Omens, the co-production between Amazon Studios and the BBC. The series is currently available in its entirety on Amazon Prime Video, and it's also going to be broadcast on BBC Two in the UK in the future. It's 6 episodes long, and it is an adaptation of the book of the same name by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, with the latter writing the series and Douglas MacKinnon directing. It stars Michael Sheen as the angel Aziraphale and David Tennant as the demon Crowley, who wish to avoid Armageddon and the coming of the Antichrist because, you know, they like this world. It has a large cast including Frances McDormand, John Hamm, Jack Whitehall, Adria Arjona, and it also has a lot of really fun cameos including Reece Shearsmith, Steve Pemberton and Mark Gatiss and David Morrissey and Benedict Cumberbatch. I was really looking forward to this adaptation. I've read the book and I love the book, and there was also a BBC radio adaptation a few years ago which I adore. And this adaptation was so true to the book. I think this is maybe one of the most loyal adaptations of a book that I have ever seen, and that's obviously due a lot to Neil Gaiman's presence throughout the making of this show, who was encouraged to continue on this project by Terry Pratchett before he died. And you can see that it's a labour of love and that everyone involved with the show loves the book so much, and that there's a great wish to maintain the feel and the story of the original book. And there are benefits and disadvantages to this. As I say, the tone of the book is kept, and the style and the humour, and I love those aspects. But there were also, I think, a few things that work really well in book form, or that maybe I just didn't notice were there so much in book form, which didn't translate as well to me to a TV adaptation. For instance, quite a lot of the dialogue seemed to be kept exactly, and some of the exposition, which was great to read, but made the TV series feel sometimes a bit like it lacked pace or excitement. And also quite a few of the characters, aside from Aziraphale and Crowley, felt quite one-dimensional, or like they only existed to further the plot, and that felt more obvious to me in the series than it did in the book. Maybe because your viewpoint in the book is slightly different. But the central relationship between Sheen's angel and Tennant's demon glued the whole show together. The show soars when one or both of those characters are on screen. Their chemistry is so great, and I feel like they were born to play those roles, Sheen especially. I can't praise them enough, even with the gripes I have with the show being perhaps so true to the book to be detrimental. These two characters and these two performances make this show such a good show to watch. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't that excited by it. I don't feel like there's much to surprise anyone who has read the book before, but it was a very entertaining watch and I'd recommend it. I'd be very interested to know what you think about the show Good Omens, both if you have read the book before or if you haven't read the book before. I'm not sure, to be honest, whether it's better to see the show before or after having read the book, because on the one hand this is so true to the book and you can only really appreciate that when you've read the book, but then on the other hand you might find the show more exciting and surprising if you haven't read it. And I would definitely recommend the BBC radio adaptation if you haven't listened to it, and I would say that I prefer that a bit to this series. I will give this adaptation of Good Omens 3.9 out of 5. It was really good and I would recommend it, but I feel like it was just somehow a bit too loyal to the original text. There were just a few elements that didn't sit as well in this medium, I thought. Anyway, let's move across the end screen. If you'd like to see some more reviews or my latest video, then you can do so below me here. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel or visit my website, then you can do so beside me here. I'm currently reviewing the entire Discworld series on the first and third Tuesday of the month, so that's something to look at if you fancy it. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.